All right, so we're going to get straight into it. This is Leaders Lead the podcast, and this is the third podcast that we've done that we're talking about purpose. We've already talked about your pain being connected to your purpose. We said that when there's pain, there's some connection to it. It might not be like connected to it right in front of you. You might not can't see it, but there is a connection. There is a connection to your purpose. Whatever brings you great pain will give you great purpose. And I've seen that. I've seen that in people that I love where they've had a vice over them, whether it's drugs, alcohol, and once they really get to a moment of where they're really healing themselves and they have this framework to where they're aware and they start talking about what they've gone through. They start talking about their experiences from their view. That's because they're aware. But the way that they elevate, the way that they get to that place where they're truly connected to their purpose is going back to that pain, reliving it and figuring out ways that it helped them get to the place that they're at today, which is awareness. Like, don't get it twisted. There's a lot that goes on in the mind before the body starts to act, before things get into motion. There's a lot more going on behind the 8 ball, things that have taken place. So that's what's connected to your pain. The reason why you're feeling the suffering is because you need to go back. You need to really become aware of what happened and start thinking of ways to heal yourself. I'll tell you a story. I've been building this business every single day, right? Every single day since I left my job. I was on a journey of purpose, and I had went back to that pain. I realized that it was through serving people was going to help that pain, and also seeing people get to where I was at. Not all the way healed, but really digging deep into some of the past traumas. Really digging deep into some of the recent pain. So I started pulling that out. And it made me feel so much better. It elevated everything in my life. And I've been working really hard, man. Really hard. And just kind of my head down. We've been working on this beautiful project, speakuniversity.org. And we've been helping people overcome their fear of public speaking, because that was one of my deepest pains. And it was such a joy to be able to work on this project with my son, work on this project with other men that have gone through some pretty hard times, other men that had some of the same fears. And it was just, it just blew me away. Some of the stories that I would hear from our, videographer and how he felt about stuff. Some of the stories that I would hear from some of our marketers, some of the stories that I would hear from our interns, what they were overcoming. And I would just pour into them and tell them exactly what I had, where I was at, and where we could go to where we could go together. And we created something beautiful. And it was now I noticed that not only will go and connect yourself to your purpose, you're going to be challenged. You're going to have certain challenges that are going to be put forth to you. And you have a choice. Do you complain? Do you try to fight the people that are going against you? Do you try to prove how much you love to the people that you love the most, even though they can't see it? Oh, man. Do you try to, be like Harriet Tubman and gallantly, go in there and save people from their own demise? I think it was one of our ancestors that said she would have, I think it was Harriet Tubman. She was very fortunate to be in her position because she was able to save souls and save lives. But she had this despair on her heart because she could have saved more people had they knew that their minds were in chains, had they knew that they were locked up. That's why you look at her. I'm guessing, I'm no historian, but I'm willing to bet, some of those famous pictures where she had the shotgun, I'm willing to bet that she, that gun was just as much for the people that she was saving than, hey now, the people she was saving so that they couldn't run away back to captivity. Probably just as much for the people that she was saving them from. And that's what I've experienced. I have some coaching students that don't see the message. But then when they see that message and they start seeing the way that this thing works when finding your purpose and then dealing with it, whatever you want to do with it, some of us freaking go on to make really good money because of it. Man, like I wouldn't believe that now I would be getting paid just to run my mouth for an hour. What some of these people are willing to pay, and it's a testament that your pain is your purpose. Your pain is your purpose. Because this very voice, at one time was silenced. Was silent. I wouldn't fight because I had fear. Didn't understand why there was hate, because all I wanted was love. All I gave was love, passion. But some people hear other things. And some people, they hear that person that's been in their ear the whole time. And I've been that stubborn person. Wouldn't just get out of my own way so that the way can appear. And that's really loving on myself no matter what. That's what I want you to do. Really love on yourself no matter what. Go back to your pain so that you can find out that true purpose that is for you. What is it that you want in this life? That's how you do it. You go from there and you reach your purpose and things are going fine. This is like Murphy's Law. What goes up, it has to come down. And that is a fact. Unless you're the sun and the moon. But even some stars, they fall down. Who is in your life that's helping you right now, that's guiding you? What community can you build? Who can keep you focused? Because for me, I started off saying this earlier, I had to get out of my own way in this last hurdle, the last chapter. This is the last chapter was something that is so beautiful. This is what I was getting that I think will really help you. I was in my own way because I wanted to have this magical moment with the people on my team, my partners. That's my wife, my son. And I was kind of doing things, having little things, them help me with little things. And then I go kind of under the cloak and I work with, bring different people in, bring them out, to kind of help me build this thing. Different people we had to contract to do things that was just kind of out of my preview. But the gift that I didn't see was I was creating this beautiful thing with these people that I can only do it with, that's been supporting me this whole time. I was trying to create something to where at the end I could just say, just like you go into a brand new house, you take your wife, you buy your wife a brand new house, and you show up at work with a car, and you open the door, and you want them to come in the door because this grandest thing you just did was just amazing. I've always had a dream. I want to buy my mama a house. My mama said, you ain't got to buy me a house. I got my own house. Even if it was a mansion, mama, this is like back in the day. No, Anthony, I'm content. But that's what I wanted for my son and my wife, who's been helping me. I wanted to, have them have a little piece, and then I let them in, and boom. But I realized the other day that there's some stuff that I just can't do. I'm not good at with business, and I'll be working on this doodad. I'll go kind of dark in research and creating and just this artistic period, so that I can build our products or services. That's kind of how the podcast was born, was through those moments of self-discovery. What is it that I want to create? Because I believe that my voice is an art. I know that our voices is an art. It can also be used as a weapon. And I want to empower as many people as I can while I'm on this earth to be able to use their voice as a superpower for the good instead of a weapon for the bad, but can definitely defend themselves if they need to with that voice. But when you have people with you, it's even better while you're doing that, while you're working on your voice, you're working on your craft, you're working on whatever it is that you go under the cloak for and work on. Because I know you do some self-discovery. I know that you better yourself. What can you have your team doing with you, right? Because as a business owner, as a leader in an organization, as an aspiring leader, you have to have a team. And no matter the reason, you got to make sure that your team finishes the finish line with you, because it's even better when we all go into the house that we've built together
at the same time, because people might not know your motives or what you're up to. It might make, um, it's just a beautiful feeling being able to see that come to light. And that's something that I want you to experience. I want you to experience your art with your community and have them be a part of it. And that's the magic of this thing that they say Brandon is, the magic of what they say being a business owner is, the magic of what they say just being a damn mogul, a boss is. It's the end result of leadership. It all goes back to leadership. How are you leading yourself? How are you leading the people around you? Your communication style. What are you saying to them? And better yet, what are you saying to yourself? I want you to think about that. Okay? Think about the fact that you're going to still need that community with you throughout the whole process, because you don't have to do it alone. There's a song, I think is Pete Gabriel, Kate Bush, and is "Don't Give Up, Don't Give Up," right? And that's kind of like the background, the beat. But Kate Bush is talking to Peter Gabriel. Peter Gabriel, all he's doing is he's just all the reasons and excuses why he wants to give up. And Kate Bush is telling him, don't give up because you still got people behind you. Don't give up because we love you. We support you. But all he can hear is all the problems in his life. She was there with him, supporting him. Who do you have right now in your life that is there with you, supporting you, giving you the game? Or you're seeking other places? You know what I'm saying? You can't have more than one master. You can't have more shepherds, and that's biblical than what you can contain. God is going to give you what you need when you need it, and the gifts that are in front of you. I emerge, or I want to entice upon you the importance of seizing that moment, really seizing that moment. And not only have you turned your pain into your purpose, but you turned your purpose into a lasting legacy. And that's the definition of true joy, and serving other people at the end of it. Because that's what this is about. Loving and living the people in your community and serving the people inside, outside of your community, serving yourself, taking care of the earth, and most of all, taking care of you and the people in it. I'll see you later.